The story begins on a high-stakes, thrilling note, with the alien planet Soren facing a massive and relentless attack. The once thriving planet, home to a highly advanced civilization, is now on the brink of destruction. The Exoran species, known for their technological prowess, is overwhelmed by an invasion from a fierce enemy, an alien race known as the Thraxians. These invaders are ruthless, powerful, and relentless. The Exorans, unable to defend their planet any longer, have no choice but to make a desperate plea for help. Zira, the young and determined princess of Soren, is the leader of her people. As her planet faces its final hours, she takes it upon herself to send a last, desperate message to Earth. She knows that her people's survival depends on the intervention of an unknown force, humans. But Zira's message is not just a simple request for help. It is a plea for survival, a cry for mercy to a species she believes might be their only hope. The Exorans, despite their great technological advancements, have never seen humans as a serious threat or even worthy of consideration. They consider Earthlings primitive, technologically backward, and far from capable of making any real difference in the galactic scale of power. However, Zira has never fully accepted this view. She believes that humanity, despite its apparent lack of advanced technology, might still hold something more valuable: resourcefulness, courage, and an unexpected will to fight. In a final act of defiance against the overwhelming odds, Zira decides to reach out to Earth, even though she knows the risks. Sending the message is dangerous, and she has no way of knowing if anyone will even receive it. The communication channels used are untested, and Soren's technology is no match for the Thraxians' suppression tactics. Despite these risks, Zira's decision is driven by a spark of hope. She sends a signal into the vastness of space, one that she hopes will reach Earth's military leadership. Back on Earth, the message is received, but it creates an immediate sense of confusion and doubt. The Earthlings are shocked at the message from a distant galaxy, and many dismiss it as a hoax or a trap. After all, the idea of an advanced alien species asking for human help sounds absurd. Why would a planet that boasts such superior technology turn to Earth for assistance? The leaders of Earth's government, along with military officials, are skeptical. They believe that this message is some kind of advanced trick or a test. Their doubt grows stronger as they try to analyze the origins of the message. With no real evidence of a real threat, Earth's authorities lean towards ignoring it. The idea of humans engaging in intergalactic warfare is simply too much to believe. However, Commander Ethan Drake, a seasoned and respected officer in Earth's military, has a different view. While others laugh at the message and dismiss it as a mere distraction, Commander Drake can't shake the feeling that something is very wrong. He has spent his life in service to his planet, and he knows that humans have often faced greater dangers and survived when no one expected them to. Drake has seen the resilience of his people, their ability to adapt and overcome even the greatest challenges. He knows that the Thraxians, while powerful, may have underestimated the one thing that sets humanity apart: their ability to think creatively and fight against impossible odds. Despite the doubts surrounding the message, Drake's instincts tell him that this is something he cannot ignore. He makes the bold decision to act. With a determination that only those who have faced the most dangerous situations can understand, Commander Drake assembles a team of elite soldiers. Their mission is clear: investigate the alien distress call, and if necessary, offer assistance. While Earth's leadership remains uncertain, Drake knows that this could be their chance to do something greater than any of them could imagine. As Commander Drake and his team prepare for the mission, the tension in the air is palpable. The idea of humans traveling across the stars to an alien world in need is both exciting and terrifying. The stakes are high, and the outcome uncertain. What if this is a trap? What if they are walking into a conflict they are not prepared for? These thoughts swirl through the minds of the team as they board their spacecraft, leaving the familiar comforts of Earth behind. The vastness of space lies ahead, full of unknowns, and they are about to step into it with no guarantees of success. Meanwhile, on Soren, Zira watches the stars, hoping that her message has found a willing ear. She knows the odds are slim, but she has no other choice. The Thraxians are closing in, and her people are preparing for their last stand. Zira's heart races as she thinks about the future of her species. Will Earth answer her call? Will the humans come to their aid, or will they be too late? As the Thraxian warships approach, Zira can only hope that Earth's warriors are ready to fight. The scene is set. Earth's military is preparing for the unknown, while Zira's people are bracing for the final assault. A battle is about to unfold, one that will test the resolve of both the Hectorans and humanity. Will Earth rise to the occasion, or will it be too late to save an alien world on the brink of annihilation? As the countdown to launch begins, the tension continues to build. Earth's soldiers are about to embark on the journey of a lifetime, and their fate, along with the fate of an alien civilization, rests on their shoulders. With the first step into the unknown, the fate of two worlds will be determined. The question is, will humanity heed the call? And if they do, can they survive the challenges that await them? The stage is set for an epic adventure, and the only thing that remains is for the humans to make their move. Will they be the heroes that Zira hopes for, or will they fail when the universe needs them the most? Time is running out, and the fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance. This part should keep the readers engaged with a good balance of suspense, intrigue, and anticipation as they wait for the next chapter. The setup is crafted to make the audience curious and eager to see what happens next. Commander Ethan Drake and his team have finally arrived on Xoran, the alien planet in desperate need of help. As their spacecraft descends through the atmosphere, the vast alien landscape unfolds before them. The surface of Xoran is rugged, with towering mountains and vast, sprawling forests. The sky, a deep shade of purple with swirling clouds, gives the planet a surreal, otherworldly feel. The humans have come to a place unlike any they've ever seen, a strange new world full of unfamiliar dangers and possibilities. The team's excitement is tempered by the realization that they are far from home, and they're unsure of what to expect. Upon landing, they are greeted by a mix of awe and disbelief. The Xoran people never imagined that humans would actually answer their call for help. Zira, the alien princess, steps forward to meet Commander Drake and his team. Her eyes, bright and determined, reflect the weight of her planet's dire situation. She has spent years leading her people through countless battles, but this is different. The Thraxians are unlike anything they've faced before, and Zira knows that if they are to survive, she will need all the help she can get. The first encounter between the Xarans and the humans is tense. Zira, though relieved, is still uncertain. She is unsure whether the humans will live up to their reputation. She has heard the stories of Earth's warriors, but she still wonders if they will be able to stand up to the might of the Thraxians. As Commander Drake approaches, he can see the fear in her eyes, but there is also hope. He knows this moment is critical. He must prove to the Xarans that humanity is capable of much more than they realize. Zira's voice is steady but filled with emotion as she pleads with Commander Drake. We need your help. Our planet is on the brink of destruction, and our people are scattered. The Thraxians are everywhere, and they are relentless. If you don't act now, there will be no Xoran left to save. Commander Drake, always a man of action, nods solemnly. He knows the weight of the words she speaks, and he feels a deep sense of responsibility. We'll help you, Princess Zira, he says firmly. We're not here just to fight. We're here to win, to give your people a chance. The Xarans watch as the humans make their first steps onto their planet. The sight of Earth's soldiers, dressed in advanced combat suits, seems almost surreal to them. The humans are not as technologically advanced as the Xarans or the Thraxians, but there is something about them, something raw and primal, that demands respect. Zira watches with growing hope. Maybe humanity is the answer after all. The first real test comes soon after their arrival. The Xoran warriors, though brave, are not prepared for the level of combat the Thraxians are capable of. Commander Drake takes charge, immediately beginning to train the Xoran soldiers in Earth's guerrilla warfare tactics. He teaches them how to use their environment to their advantage, how to strike quickly and efficiently, and how to fight without being seen. The humans demonstrate their advanced technology, using cloaking devices that make them invisible to the naked eye, allowing them to gather intel on the Thraxian forces without detection. As the training progresses, Zira becomes increasingly impressed with the humans' ingenuity and adaptability. While the Xorans are powerful and skilled in conventional combat, it is the humans' ability to think outside the box that truly stands out. They adapt quickly, using eye-based strategies to analyze the Thraxian forces and predict their movements. Zira realizes that the humans' strategic thinking, combined with their unconventional methods, might just be the key to defeating the Thraxians. She begins to see Commander Drake and his team not just as soldiers, but as allies, partners in the fight for survival. During one training session, Commander Drake and Zira share a quiet moment together. As the humans and Xorans spar in the background, Zira watches Drake as he demonstrates a combat maneuver. "You're unlike any warriors we've ever seen," she says quietly. "Your people, they think differently. You don't just rely on power or technology. You rely on your minds." It's inspiring. Drake looks at her, his expression serious but kind. "We've had to fight to survive. It's what we do. We don't always have the biggest guns, but we find a way to win." Zira nods, her respect for the humans growing. She now sees the potential in humanity's strength, not just in their physical abilities, but in their spirit, their adaptability. It's something that Xorans need if they are to stand a chance against the Thraxians. As their bond grows stronger, Zira begins to rely more on Drake's judgment. The two of them share a quiet understanding. While their species are vastly different, their fight for survival is the same. They must work together if they are to defeat the Thraxians and save Toran. The tension builds as they prepare for their first real battle against the Thraxians. The Xoran warriors, armed with their advanced weapons, are ready for the fight. But Commander Drake knows that they will need more than just strength to defeat the Thraxians. They will need strategy, intelligence, and the ability to adapt quickly to an ever-changing battlefield. It is in this moment that the true power of humanity's ingenuity becomes apparent. The Xoran warriors take their places alongside the humans, preparing for the battle of their lives. As the first wave of Thraxian invaders approaches, the humans and Xorans are ready. Cloaked and prepared, they launch a surprise attack, catching the Thraxians off guard. The battle is fierce, but with Commander Drake's tactics and the Xorans' strength, they manage to hold their ground. However, this victory is only the beginning. The Thraxians are ruthless, and they will not give up easily. The humans and Xorans know that the real fight is just beginning. But with each passing moment, the bond between them grows stronger. Zira has placed her trust in humanity, and Commander Drake has vowed to do whatever it takes to protect Xoran. Together, they will face the Thraxian threat, and they will not back down. The stage is set for an epic clash, and the humans' first contact with an alien world has proven that, despite the odds, they are ready to fight for what they believe in. The stakes have never been higher, and the future of Xoran and humanity is now intertwined. Will they emerge victorious, or will the Thraxians crush them off? The silence of space is suddenly shattered as the Thraxian Empire's fleet approaches the Xoran system. The Thraxians, a ruthless and technologically superior alien species, believe themselves to be the undisputed rulers of the galaxy. Their ships, large and menacing, cut through the stars like predators in search of prey. The fleet is vast, with dozens of powerful starships, each equipped with advanced weapons, energy shields, and devastating battle droids. The Thraxians have no doubt that they will destroy the Xoran resistance and claim the planet for their own. To them, The Cactorans are nothing more than a minor nuisance. As the Thraxian ships close in on Xoran, the humans and Sorans prepare for battle. Commander Ethan Drake stands at the helm of his ship, his eyes scanning the display screens with intense focus. He knows that this will be no ordinary fight. The Thraxians are unlike any enemy they've faced before. Their ships are faster, their weapons stronger, and their tactics more brutal. But Drake has something the Thraxians do not: human ingenuity and the element of surprise. The first wave of Thraxian ships arrives in orbit above Xoran, their weapons primed and ready to fire. The humans and Sorans have set up an elaborate defense system, utilizing cloaking devices to hide their forces and make it difficult for the Thraxians to track them. But the Thraxians are not easily fooled. They deploy battle droids to scour the surface of Xoran, looking for any sign of resistance. The tension builds as the clock ticks down to the moment when the battle will begin. The humans and Sorans take their positions, ready to strike. The first skirmish begins with a sudden explosion as the humans launch a surprise attack on the Thraxian fleet. Commander Drake's ship emerges from the cloaking field, and with a flash of bright energy, it opens fire on the nearest Thraxian vessel. The Thraxian ship is caught off guard, its shields crackling as the blast hits home. The Xorans, too, launch their own assault, using their advanced weaponry to take down the Thraxian droids and starships. But the Thraxians are quick to retaliate. The battle shifts into a chaotic space dogfight. Ships dart and weave through the stars, energy beams, and missiles streaking across the sky. The Thraxian fleet retaliates with deadly precision, their ships moving with the grace of predators hunting their prey. The humans and Sorans, though outnumbered, fight back with everything they have, using their skills, technology, and cunning to stay one step ahead. Commander Drake orders his crew to launch energy shields, creating a protective barrier around their ship. The Thraxians fire relentlessly, but the shields hold strong, deflecting the deadly blasts. As the battle rages on, the humans use their cloaking devices to disappear from the Thraxians' radar, reappearing in unexpected places to strike from the shadows. The humans' surprise tactics begin to take a toll on the Thraxian forces, who struggle to adapt to the unpredictable nature of their enemy. Meanwhile, on the surface of Xoran, Zira and her warriors engage the Thraxian battle droids in close-quarters combat. The Xorans are formidable fighters, but the battle droids are relentless, their programming focused solely on destruction. Zira's skills are tested to the limit as she faces off against the droids, her blade flashing in the light as she deflects incoming strikes and lands powerful blows. Her leadership and determination are evident as she leads her warriors into battle, pushing forward despite the overwhelming odds. As the battle progresses, Zira's relationship with Commander Drake becomes even more crucial. Over the course of their training and battles, they have come to understand each other's strengths and weaknesses. Zira knows when to take charge, but she also trusts Drake's judgment. The humans' tactics are beginning to make a difference, and Zira can see the Thraxians starting to falter. The Xorans, though still outnumbered, are holding their own, thanks to the help of the humans and their strategic thinking. The Thraxians, who had initially thought this battle would be easy, are beginning to realize that the humans are not the pushovers they had assumed. Commander Drake's tactics and the Xorans' fierce fighting spirit have created a problem for the Thraxians. Their superior technology is no longer enough to guarantee them victory. The Thraxians struggle to adapt to the guerrilla tactics employed by the humans, and the battle turns in favor of the Xorans and humans. In the midst of the chaos, the Thraxians deploy their most powerful weapon, an enormous warship that dwarfs any other vessel in the fleet. The warship's weapons are capable of destroying entire cities with a single shot. The humans and Sorans know that if they do not destroy this ship, all hope will be lost. Commander Drake gives the order to launch a full-scale assault on the warship. The plan is risky, but it is their only chance. The humans and Sorans coordinate their attack, using every advantage at their disposal. The Xorans launch an assault on the warship's defenses, while the humans use their cloaking devices and advanced weaponry to target its weak points. The battle is fierce, with both sides suffering heavy losses. But the humans' tactics, combined with Xoran's bravery, begin to make an impact. As the final battle rages on, Zira leads the charge against the Thraxian warship, her warriors fighting valiantly alongside the humans. The tension is palpable as the warship's shields begin to weaken. Commander Drake watches from his ship as the final blow is delivered. With one last explosion, the warship falls, its massive frame drifting into the void of space. The Thraxians are defeated, but the cost is high. The battle has taken a toll on both the humans and the Xorans. As the smoke clears and the survivors regroup, Commander Drake looks to Zira. The Thraxians may have been defeated, but the war is far from over. Together, the humans and Xorans have proven that they are a force to be reckoned with. The fight for Xoran's future is just beginning, and Commander Drake knows that they must continue to fight, because their survival depends on it. As the dust settles, Zira and Commander Drake stand side by side, their bond stronger than ever. They have faced the Thraxians and emerged victorious. But the real battle, the one for Xoran's future, is still ahead. And together, they will face whatever challenges lie ahead, knowing that they are stronger together than they could ever be apart. The battle to save Xoran is reaching its most crucial stage. The human forces, although small in number, have proven their worth. But the tide of war is not in their favor just yet. They still face a formidable opponent in the Thraxian Empire, which has proven to be ruthlessly determined. Just as Commander Ethan Drake and Princess Zira begin to feel that they might be able to turn the tide, an unexpected betrayal shakes their entire operation. Amidst the chaos of battle, a faction of the Xoran forces suddenly switches allegiances. Some of Zira's own warriors, those who had fought side by side with the humans, now pledge their loyalty to the Thraxian Empire. The reasons for this betrayal remain unclear at first, but it's a devastating blow. The betrayal creates confusion and distrust within the ranks. Zira, who has always been a strong and unwavering leader, feels the weight of this treachery. It's a personal blow to her, as she struggles to understand how anyone could choose to side with their oppressors. This betrayal shocks Commander Drake and his team as well. They had trusted the Xorans, and now they are faced with the harsh reality that not everyone among them shares the same goal. The Thraxians, ever cunning, exploit the situation, using the divided Xoran forces to their advantage. Tension grows as both sides prepare for what will be the decisive battle. Commander Drake, feeling the pressure mounting, takes charge. He knows that this betrayal could be the end of their fight if they don't act quickly. He gathers his team and rallies them for one final push. The humans and the loyal Xoran forces must now come together to outsmart the Thraxians and overcome the internal conflict among their ranks. Drake, with Zira by his side, formulates a risky but potentially game-changing strategy to strike at the heart of the Thraxian fleet. But time is running out, and the Thraxians are not waiting around. They are preparing for the final assault, determined to crush their enemies once and for all. The battle escalates into a new phase. The Thraxians, confident in their advantage, begin their assault with even more force. Their fleet moves swiftly, attacking with precision and overwhelming numbers. But Earth's forces, although outnumbered, have learned to adapt. With the knowledge gained from their previous encounters, Commander Drake's fleet employs guerrilla tactics, striking when least expected and using the speed of their ships to outmaneuver the Thraxian forces. The human fleet may not have the same advanced technology, but their strategy is a force to be reckoned with. In the vastness of space, the battle becomes a chaotic dance of destruction. Ships dart through space, exchanging fire in brilliant flashes of energy. The Thraxian fleet is formidable, but Earth's forces are unpredictable. The humans use clever tactics, diverting their ships into blind spots, launching surprise attacks, and taking advantage of every weakness in the Thraxian defense. Orbital bombardments rain down on the Thraxian ships, striking from above, while humans engage in close-quarters combat on the ground. The atmosphere is thick with the intensity of battle, the air crackling with energy, as soldiers on both sides fight for their survival. Amidst the action, there are moments of personal sacrifice. Commander Drake's loyal soldiers, including his trusted right-hand man, Sergeant Bonner, fight with everything they have. Bonner, a seasoned soldier, knows the risks of war all too well. But his loyalty to Drake and the mission drives him forward, even when the odds seem insurmountable. The humans are outmatched in firepower, but their resilience and determination make up for what they lack in sheer strength. Bonner and others fall in battle, their sacrifices leaving a deep emotional mark on the team. Zira and Drake are devastated by the loss of their comrades, but the sacrifice of these brave soldiers fuels their resolve. Zira, once a princess leading her people with honor, has now become a symbol of hope, fighting alongside humans for the future of her world. She sees the loyalty and courage of Commander Drake's men, and she understands what is at stake. The emotional weight of the battle hits hard. As Zira and Drake face the possibility of losing more of their forces, their bond grows even stronger. They understand that they are not just fighting for survival anymore. They are fighting for the future of both their people. The emotional core of the story becomes clear. This is not just a battle of weapons and tactics. It's a battle for everything they hold dear. As they reach the AI core, the tension builds. The entire flagship depends on this system to function, and it's heavily protected. The walls are lined with energy shields, and automatic defense systems engage as they approach. It's a race against time. If they don't destroy the AI soon, the Thraxians will launch a counterattack that could wipe out their fleet. Drake knows the risk, but he doesn't hesitate. He orders his team to make the final push, and with a combination of explosive charges and high-tech weaponry, they breach the core. But the final blow comes with a heavy price. As the charge is set, Bonner, Drake's loyal sergeant, makes the ultimate sacrifice. The blast is triggered, but not before Bonner is caught in the explosion. He falls, his sacrifice ensuring the success of the mission. The explosion tears through the flagship, sending shockwaves throughout the vessel. The AI-controlled command system goes down, and the Thraxian fleet loses its coordination. For the first time in the war, the Thraxians are disorganized, their ships losing communication and order. It's a victory, but it comes at a great cost. The humans and Xorans rush to escape the flagship before it's completely destroyed. The flagship begins to break apart, pieces of the massive ship drifting into space as its systems fail. The human fleet, now free from the Thraxian command, quickly turns the tide of the battle. The Thraxians, without their central command, are forced to retreat, and the humans emerge victorious. But as the dust settles and the wreckage of the Thraxian fleet drifts away, the victory feels bittersweet. Commander Drake and Zira stand side by side, their faces somber as they reflect on the cost of the battle. Bonner's death weighs heavily on them, as do the many other lives lost in the fight. The victory is hard-earned, but it's not without sacrifice. The final assault has come to an end, but the war is far from over. The humans and their allies have proven that they can fight, that they can win against impossible odds. But the cost of that victory is a reminder of the harsh reality of war. Commander Drake and Princess Zira, though victorious, know that they will carry the scars of this battle with them forever. The future remains uncertain, but they have forged an unbreakable bond in the fires of war. And together, they will face whatever comes next. The war that had raged across the galaxy was finally over, but its aftermath was just beginning to take shape. The destruction of the Thraxian flagship had shifted the tide of battle, and now, humanity stood on the brink of an unimaginable triumph. Earth, once viewed as a primitive, isolated planet, had just earned its place among the stars. The victory wasn't just a win for humanity. It was a symbol of the resilience and strength of all those who had fought alongside them. The alliance with the Xorans had proven invaluable, and now Their collective future seemed filled with possibilities. As the debris from the Thraxian flagship drifted through space, the once dominant empire's defeat began to echo throughout the galaxy. The Thraxian fleet, now leaderless and disorganized, had retreated in disarray, and the humans, with their advanced tactics and relentless spirit, were left standing victorious. There was no grand parade or celebration immediately following the battle, but there was a quiet sense of pride among the human and Soran soldiers. They had achieved the impossible, and for the first time in history, Earth was seen not as a mere backwater planet, but as a force to be reckoned with. Commander Ethan Drake stood at the edge of the bridge on the flagship, his eyes scanning the stars. The war was over, but the path ahead was uncertain. Zira, the alien princess who had fought alongside him, stood beside him, her eyes reflecting the same mix of exhaustion and hope. Together, they had faced the Thraxian Empire, a seemingly invincible foe, and had emerged victorious. Now they were left to contemplate the future. The battle had forged a deep bond between them, and both were now acutely aware of the weight of what they had accomplished. "Do you think the galaxy will accept us?" Zira asked, her voice softer than usual. "After everything we've been through, can we really stand among the stars as equals?" Drake glanced at her, his expression thoughtful. "We've already proven we can stand with them. We've shown that humanity isn't just a race of survivors. We're warriors, we're strategists, and we're adaptable. We're not just a primitive species anymore. We've earned our place." Zira nodded, her gaze fixed on the vast expanse of space. She had come to respect humanity's resilience more than she had ever imagined possible. What had begun as a desperate alliance had transformed into something far stronger. It wasn't just about winning battles anymore. It was about building a future where humans and Sorans, two very different species, could work together, not just for survival, but for mutual prosperity. The sound of footsteps approached, and the door to the bridge slid open. Bonner, the surviving members of the crew, and their Soran allies entered, their faces a mixture of exhaustion and elation. They had won, but the cost had been high. The loss of soldiers like Bonner weighed heavily on them all, and their victory was bittersweet. Still, there was no denying the significance of what they had achieved. They had defeated a mighty empire, and that meant everything. Drake turned to address his crew, his voice steady but full of pride. "We've done it," he said. "We've taken down the Thraxians, and now it's time to look to the future. Earth is no longer a backwater planet. We've earned respect, and we've shown the galaxy that humanity can hold its own. We're not just survivors anymore. We're a force to be reckoned with." There was a murmur of agreement from the crew, and Zira smiled faintly. It was a moment of quiet celebration, a moment where the weight of their achievements could be felt by everyone. For the first time, they weren't just fighting for survival. They were fighting for something bigger, a future where humanity had a place at the table, a future where Earth wasn't just a forgotten planet in the corner of the galaxy, but a powerful force that could shape its destiny. As the crew celebrated, Commander Drake found himself stepping outside, away from the noise of the command center. He needed a moment to himself, to reflect on everything they had accomplished. He had led his people through the darkest of times, and now, standing at the precipice of something new, he couldn't help but feel a surge of pride. But there was also a deep sense of responsibility. This victory wasn't just a personal triumph, it was the beginning of something far greater. Looking up at the stars, Drake saw the vastness of the galaxy stretching before him. For so long, humanity had been confined to their tiny corner of the universe, isolated and vulnerable. But now, everything had changed. Earth had fought alongside the galaxy's most powerful races, and had earned its place among them. The galaxy, once full of uncertainty and fear, now held the promise of new opportunities, new alliances, and new horizons. Zira joined him outside, her footsteps soft against the ground. She, too, gazed at the stars. "What do you see out there?" she asked, her voice quiet, contemplative. Drake smiled slightly. "I see a A future where we're not just fighting for survival, but fighting to make our mark. A future where humanity has a place among the stars. And do you think we'll make it? Zira asked, her eyes searching his face. Drake paused, his gaze steady as he looked at her. We've already made it this far, haven't we? If there's one thing I know about humanity, it's that we're survivors. We'll make it, together. The silence between them was comfortable, full of understanding. They had faced impossible odds, fought battles that seemed unwinnable, and emerged victorious. But their journey wasn't over. The galaxy was vast, and there were still challenges ahead. Yet, for the first time, they were no longer just fighting to survive. They were fighting to thrive. As the stars twinkled above them, Commander Drake knew that this victory was just the beginning. The road ahead would be filled with challenges, but humanity had proven itself. They had earned their place in the galaxy, and they would continue to rise, forging new alliances, creating new futures, and proving that they were a force to be reckoned with. The story of Earth's rise was only beginning, and Commander Drake, alongside Princess Zira, and the people they had fought alongside, was ready to lead humanity into a future filled with hope, strength, and the endless possibilities that lay ahead. The galaxy had underestimated them before, but now, the universe would have to reckon with humanity's new place in it.